Yep, I talked to one store owner who hoped that law would not pass an eye.
Of shift trades is expected to be completed soon. Reporting live in KCK. Right now, there are 4 firefighters at the station here. The fire union says
to help show what exactly cleanup crews are going through tonight. If you can imagine all that cooking grease going into water and causing a mess similar to this one, only it's not happening in this jar. It's happening up and down Brush Creek. Well, Mike, the area where we are standing right now looked like this last week when flash flooding moved through West 103rd Street. Now, 1 week later, with a new batch of storms likely to come through, those businesses remain boarded up with plenty of damage inside.
You'll find signs like these everywhere in Clinton, small and simple, but showing an unwavering support for law enforcement and the values this town represents.
Hit after hit.
Hook, what? Hook, hook. Better. Much better. Much better.
These kids never give up. Because to win in this ring, it's all about the anticipation.
Your right hand up. Don't let it trail off.
Self-discipline.
I want to practice, so I get much better, get more fights.
And hard work.
Well, I'm ranked 3 nationally. USA Boxing 3, Women's 119.
Here, they're knocking out the notion that boxing is dead.
Come on, come on, come on. Work.
Kansas City's always supported boxing.
Work.
Self-discipline. It makes you humble. It can teach a bad kid to be good, and it can teach a kid that's too nice to have some confidence in themselves. So it fits everybody.
And this would be a hard fight without the Kansas City Golden Gloves and the city's Parks and Rec department in their corner.
Well, he introduced me to my love. My passion.
Opening 2 new gyms around the city so more kids can step into the ring.
This time, you're nervous, and the first time you get in the ring, no, not anymore.
Yeah, boy, perfect.
Fighting to fight for a sport that was, and still is, golden.
Amateur boxing's coming back. It's getting more popular and more popular, and I think kids are getting more drawn to it again.
I ain't seen you in a long time either.
In a small room.
What's your name, man?
It's a simple setup, one after another.
So what's your favorite school subject? I know you say you got all the A's.
Kids and adults are sitting down in these chairs.
I said I want a taper with a part.
To get a free cut.
It can help you get a job. A haircut can make you feel good and pass the test. You can do whatever with a fresh haircut.
And that's not all.
Pretty much separating the boys and girls.
Across the hall,
girl sides over here, boy sides over here.
Volunteers are sorting through donations. Today is a day full of gifting at the Greg Kleiss Community Center, giving back to neighbors any way possible.
I really like to see that from, leaders in our communities or people that came from the community. It's good to see them come back and give back.
Some of those leaders.
Large over there?
Yeah, it's large.
Kansas City native Paul Rudd and Chiefs cornerback Marcus Peters.
Or y'all just look alike.
Peters organized this event, giving away 300 Adidas coats.
It's a small, though. You can keep it and you can always grow into it.
Just in time for Christmas.
It's freezing cold outside, so these are really cool coats, too. It's nice. Nobody should be cold. And it's an amazing thing that he's doing.
But more importantly, showing those here
See, they have to do that.
A gift can be as simple as giving back.
Try this one on, see if you can fit that one.
Reporting in Kansas City, Ariel Rothfield, 41 Action News.
With extra police on standby, Kansas City, Kansas Mayor Mark Holland sounded the alarm on what he calls corruption in the city's fire department.
That's the problem I have. When you're willing to compromise the safety of the city in order for you to gain financially, that's the definition of corruption.
His presentation focusing on shift changes, a common practice used in fire departments across the country.
The firefighters are somewhat being victimized here for living by the rules. There were no violations of any agreed upon rules that relates to this issue.
With the room filled with mostly KCK firefighters and without a quorum, Holland could not introduce his ordinance that would put a stop to the practice of paying others for work they did not perform. And he blamed commissioners who did not show.
I believe that the corruption of the Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department goes all the way to the 9th floor of City Hall. And that's why we don't have change, because we have people unwilling to even face the facts, much less address it.
During his remarks after the meeting, tension spilled out into the hallway.
And nobody's done anything wrong. You signed the contract.
This is Kansas City, Kansas police investigate a KCK firefighter's Facebook post, warning Holland, you might need security detail when you start a witch hunt. That firefighter Robert Wing's son.
I have every belief that these issues will be taken up in the courthouse or in the federal courthouse.
So do you plan to sue?
I would tell you that I have retained counsel.
There is a group of corrupt people who are bullies who are very committed to getting paid not to work, and they're very committed to silencing anyone who would like to challenge it.
Public response? No public response there?
That's right, and we actually skipped across the street to the Sprint Center because we saw fans starting to line up for that 8 o'clock game. And a lot of these fans have been here throughout the tournament, some of them coming in as early as Wednesday. This tournament has brought in $8 million for Kansas City. You can see how excited they are right now, and tonight's match of Florida and Nebraska is completely sold out.
Hopefully some Nebraska fan can't go. Maybe got ill today and they're selling their tickets.
Cha-Cha is one of several people still seeking tickets to tonight's 8 o'clock match at the Sprint Center.
I just want to go.
But she may be out of luck.
I want to say I want a t-shirt, buy a t-shirt.
Some of these hardcore volleyball fans planned way ahead for this weekend.
Christmas gift for my wife last year, actually. We love volleyball, and Kansas City is only 2.5 hours from Omaha, so that was our Christmas present.
Some people are so excited.
I'm a Broncos fan, sorry. Go Big Red!
It's hard to get a word in edgewise. That kind of guaranteed fandom is exactly why this bid was a huge win for Kansas City.
It not only introduces people to how great Kansas City is, but there's a huge economic impact that comes with this.
Kansas City has brought in more people than any other NCAA volleyball tournament.
We've broken the attendance record for NCAA volleyball. That's huge.
While that's not great news for people trying to score a last-minute seat,
hopefully I'll get these 2 tickets and I'll be inside.
The hope is that this success will give KC an edge on future bids. And there's a lot of action happening out here right now. You can see we have this group playing music, and of course Kansas City has some major bids out there right now. The city is one of 8 in the mix for the 2020 draft, and KC is also in the united bid for the 2026 World Cup. So there's a possibility we'll have more crowds like this in the future. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, 41 Action News.